if I told you that right now, right beneath your feet, Newcastle upon Tyne is quietly transforming street by street, brick by brick. Welcome back to your fortnightly Newcastle construction and restoration update, where we visit all the usual spots, uncover what's changed and track the progress shaping the future of the city. Also this week, I have a very quick update on the restoration of the Cathedral, so stay tuned to the end of the video for that. We're back at Castle Leazes, where Newcastle University is building the new Students' Village in partnership with Unite Students. Let's pan around the site and see exactly what has changed since the last update. Starting with a wide look across the site, you can immediately see how much has happened over the past couple of weeks. Every time we come back here, there seems to be another section of steelwork in place, another core rising from the ground, another part of the structure beginning to show itself. Looking around towards the back of the site, one of the first pins that stands out is a large trench that has been dug out. Inside it, there appears to be some kind of drainage system being fitted. I'm no expert, so if anyone watching knows exactly what this is or how it fits into the wider construction process, let me know in the comments. It would be great to hear from someone with knowledge of this type of work. Moving right across the back, you can see the core lift shafts that we've been following in previous updates. These are making steady progress upwards, and they're really starting to dominate this part of the site. Judging by the foundations in and around them, it doesn't look like that this is the end of the cores either. It looks like there could be a few more to come, which means this part of the build still has a lot of vertical progress ahead. Looking over to the first area that started going up, you can now see that flooring has gone in on the top level. This is always an exciting stage, because once the floors are in place, the building starts to feel much more real. What was once just steel and concrete begins to look like an actual structure with levels, spaces and shape. As we move back round towards the front of the site, there are metal sheets staged and ready to be laid out. These will likely form part of the next phase of the flooring or decking work. And right over in the corner, another big change is visible. The prefabricated stairs have now gone in on this section. That's another sign of how quickly the build is moving forward. These pieces arrive ready-made and are lifted into position, helping the structure progress much faster than traditional methods. Coming further round again, the amount of steelwork that has gone up since the last update is really noticeable. This is probably the biggest visual change across the whole site. The frame is expanding, more sections are being connected, and you can now see the first parts going in to the other side of the core. It's at a stage where the project starts to change almost every day. What looked like an open construction site a few weeks ago is now becoming a recognisable building. One of the cores we saw going up in the previous update has also now been sealed at the top, which suggests that this section has reached an important point in its construction. What makes this site so interesting to follow is the pace of transformation. At first, it was mostly groundwork, machinery and foundations. Then the cores began to rise. Now the steel frame is spreading across the site. Floors are being added, stairs are going in, and the building is beginning to climb above ground level. For students arriving in the future, this will eventually become a new village, a place to live, study and meet people. But right now, we're seeing the bones of that future community being built piece by piece. We are now back on Leazes Park Road, where the new Vita Students' Accommodation is really starting to look like it's nearing completion. We're starting here at the front of the building. From a distance, there doesn't appear to be a huge amount of difference since the last update. But once we move in closer, the details start to appear. Looking right on the front, you can see the new block paving has been laid. This gives the entrance area a much cleaner and more finished look. Cycle racks have also been installed, which is a clear sign that the building is being prepared for student use. Up on the wall beside the entrance, a security camera has now appeared as well, another small but important detail showing that the final practical features are beginning to go in. Now let's move round to the back of the building and see what progress has been made here. Down in the corner beside the entrance there is still some tidying up to do. Along the bottom of the windows the area still needs finishing, and there are a couple of holes in the brickwork that still need to be filled in. Looking up towards the very back corner, another security camera has also appeared here. So security systems are clearly being added around different parts of the building now. The black fence that has been getting fitted along the retaining wall is still not complete. Some sections are in place, but there is still work to be done before the area is fully finished. Looking into the courtyard, there's been more visible progress. More block pavement has gone in here, helping to shape the outdoor space and make it much closer to completion. Some black fencing has also been fitted outside the doors at the bottom, and another finished detail to the courtyard area. However, not everything is complete just yet. The drain pipe on the old Georgian building still needs to be finished, so there's still a few smaller jobs remaining around this part of the site. Now we're moving round onto Leazes Park Road and panning along the building. From this side the construction is looking just about complete. The main exterior is in place and the building has now a much more finished appearance than it did earlier in the project. But when you look down at ground level, it's a different story. Here you can see a new retaining wall is being built along the front of the building. This shows that while the upper parts of the site may look close to finish, there's still important ground level work being carried out. So that's the update from the Vita Students' Accommodation on Leazes Park Road, which is now looking very close to being finished. But there are still a few final pieces of the puzzle left to complete. We are now heading down to Pottery Lane to check in on how the new Potter's Wharf apartment blocks are coming along, and we're starting up on the Redgate Bridge as usual so we can get a good view across the entire site. Starting around the back of the development, the overall view looks pretty similar to the last update, but once you look a little closer there are a few clear changes. The retaining wall we saw being bricked over in the previous video now appears to be complete. That's a noticeable step forward and gives this part of the site a much more finished look. Looking through the windows though, you can still see plenty of fitting out work is ongoing inside the apartments, so while the outside is beginning to look more complete in places, there's still a lot happening behind the scenes. One of the biggest visual changes is on the tallest part of the structure. After months of being covered in scaffolding, some of it has finally been removed. That gives us a much clearer look at the building itself and shows the progress is now reaching a stage where parts of the exterior are starting to be revealed. Now moving down to Pottery Lane itself, there is still a lot of work happening along the front of the site. The retaining wall we saw towards the back is still not completely covered at the front end, so there's still some finishing work to be done there. There are also plenty of material staged around the site, ready to go in. You can still see a lot of thick insulation and plasterboard lying around, which suggests more exterior and internal work is still underway. A new safe walkway has also been installed along the front of Building 1, making access around this part of the site more organised while work continues. Along the front of Building 2, there are still some panels waiting to be fitted above the doors. This is one of those smaller details, but it shows that the project is still very much in the finishing stages, with different trades working through the remaining jobs. Another noticeable change is the remaining scaffolding we saw in the last update has now been removed. It is stacked neatly on site, ready to be taken away, which is another sign that parts of the external work is moving closer to completion. At the far end of the site, the groundworks are still ongoing. There is also continued utility work taking place on the street, so activity is not just limited to the buildings themselves. And finally, the trench where the electrical feed runs is still not filled in yet. That's another job still waiting to be completed before this part of the site can be properly finished off. So that's the latest look at the Potter's Wharf apartment blocks here on Pottery Lane. While some areas look quite similar to the last update, there are definitely signs of progress when you look closely. We're now taking a closer look at the progress on the Pilgrim Place development at Carliol Square. So let's move in for a closer look. We're starting right down the bottom end of the site, where there's been some steady progress since our last visit. The brickwork is now climbed up the side of the building, and you can really start to see the shape and the finish of the development coming together. Around the louvered panels, the brickwork has shot up noticeably, making this section look much more complete than before. There is still plenty of insulation staged and ready to be fitted, so this is clearly still an active area with more exterior work to come. Looking closer, you can see ongoing work on the internal walls. From this angle, it looks like this lower section could be forming part of the underground car park area. Moving a little further up and looking in the gap between the two buildings, the windows on the left hand side now appear to be fully fitted, giving the elevation a much more finished appearance. Below the windows, the brickwork has also continued to move forward at a steady pace. You can also see the metal doors have now been fitted where the electricity substation is situated. It's another small but important detail that shows the development is moving from structural work into more finished and functional elements. Now we're moving round onto Warsack Street, and this is where there's been one of the most notable changes. The glass and panels have finally reached the bottom corner of the structure. There are still a few odd panels missing here and there, but compared with the last update, this section now looks much closer to completion. Moving around to the back of the site, at first glance, things look fairly similar to the last update, but when we take a closer look, there's still a few details worth pointing out. Some of the windows on this block now look more complete, with panels fitted between them. This gives the rear elevation a cleaner and more finished appearance. There is also plenty of material staged around the site, ready to be installed in the near future. So even where progress looks slower from the outside, there's clearly more work lined up and waiting to happen. That's the latest look at the Pilgrim Place development here at Carliol Square. Here's a quick update on the Northumberland Street pavement improvement works and what the council has now said about the delays. If you've walked down Northumberland Street recently, you'll have seen temporary barriers and safety fencing still dotted around parts of the street. For shoppers, workers, visitors and businesses, it has been a frustrating sight. The project started in December 2023 with the transformation of the street and improving the pavement, but the works have taken longer than expected. The original completion date was summer 2025, but that deadline has come and gone. We are now in the summer of 2026 with the delays fast approaching a year of overrunning. Council chiefs have said that only the finishing touches are needed to complete the long-running transformation work. Much of the safety fencing currently in place is around areas where sealant is being finished around the new paving stones. That sealant needs time to set properly, and the fencing is there to stop the surface being damaged by people walking over it too soon. What do you think? Have the Northumberland Street works gone on far too long, or will the finished result be worth the wait? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And now for a quick update on the Cathedral restoration, which has been focused on this entrance area. For a while now, the scaffolding has been surrounded by wooden boards, blocking much of the view and making it difficult to see exactly what progress was being made behind the scenes. But now those wooden boards have been removed from around the scaffolding, giving us a much clearer look at the work area. The removal of the boards is usually a good sign, that the work is moving into its final stages. The scaffolding still appears to be in place, but from the look of things, it seems like that could be coming down soon. That really suggests the restoration work around this entrance may be coming to an end. I love to see these historic places being cared for and restored. It's not just about repairs, it's about preserving part of the local history for the future. And that brings us to the end of this update. If you've enjoyed the video, please leave a comment with your thoughts. I'd love to hear what you think about the projects we've covered today. And don't forget to give the video a massive thumbs up because it really helps the channel grow. If you've not already done so, please consider subscribing to 55 Degrees North and hit that bell notification for when I release more videos. A massive thank you for watching. I will see you next time, right here on 55 Degrees North.